1. Which cells contain chloroplasts? Correct answer, C, I, J and K. Explanation and reasoning, *H points to the upper epidermal cells, which are transparent and completely lack chloroplasts to allow light to penetrate deeper into the leaf. I points to the palisade mesophyll cells, which are packed vertically and contain the highest concentration of chloroplasts for maximum light absorption. K points to the spongy mesophyll cells, which are loosely arranged with air spaces but still contain chloroplasts to photosynthesize. J points to a guard cell surrounding a stoma. Guard cells are unique epidermal cells because they do contain chloroplasts, which help generate the energy needed to open and close the stomatal pore. 2. Which part shows epidermal cells? Correct answer, A. Explanation and reasoning, *A points directly to the upper epidermis, a single layer of tightly packed, barrel-shaped cells on the upper surface of the leaf that protects the internal tissues. B represents the palisade mesophyll, C is the lower epidermis, specifically near a spongy layer, and D points to a guard cell stomatal pore. 3. A plant has weak cell walls. Which of the following nutrients was the plant lacking? Correct answer, B, calcium. Explanation and reasoning, calcium is an essential structural component of the plant cell wall. It forms calcium pectate, which makes up the middle lamella, the glue that holds neighboring plant cell walls together. Without sufficient calcium, the structural integrity of the walls fails, resulting in weak cell walls and fragile tissues. 4. Which arrow represents the diffusion of oxygen during photosynthesis? Correct answer, A. Explanation and reasoning, during photosynthesis, oxygen is produced as a waste byproduct inside the mesophyll cells of the leaf. Because its concentration becomes higher inside the leaf than in the outside atmosphere, it diffuses out of the leaf through the stomatal pore into the surrounding air. Arrow A clearly shows a gas moving from the internal air spaces directly out through the stoma. Note, arrow B represents a gas entering, which would be carbon dioxide. 5. A plant had the following signs: poor root growth, small reproductive organs. Which nutrient was the plant lacking? Correct answer, D, phosphorus. Explanation and reasoning, phosphorus is critical for energy transfer, as part of ATP, and nucleic acid synthesis. It plays an indispensable role in root development and the mechanism of flowering and fruiting reproductive organs. A classic symptom of phosphorus deficiency is stunted, poor root systems and poor reproductive growth. 6. What are the functions of magnesium and nitrogen ions in plants? Correct answer, B. Magnesium ions, formation of chlorophyll. Nitrogen ions, formation of amino acids. Explanation and reasoning, magnesium forms the central atom of the chlorophyll molecule. Without it, the plant cannot synthesize chlorophyll. Nitrogen is a core component of amine groups, NH_2, which are the fundamental building blocks used to build amino acids, and subsequently proteins. 7. Name the process X, reactant Y and product Z? Correct answer, C, process X, photolysis, reactant Y, carbon dioxide, product Z, glucose. Explanation and reasoning, *process X, in the light stage, light energy absorbed by chlorophyll splits water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. This light splitting process is called photolysis. Reactant Y, in the dark stage, light-independent stage, the hydrogen from photolysis is combined with an incoming carbon source, which is carbon dioxide, to fix carbon. Product Z, the primary organic product formed at the end of this fixation pathway, is glucose, which may later be converted to starch for storage. 8. Which of the following plant nutrients keeps cell membranes healthy? Correct answer, B, calcium. Explanation and reasoning, along with its role in the cell wall, calcium ions, \text, Ca2+, are vital for maintaining the structural integrity and selective permeability of cell membranes. It binds phospholipids together, stabilizing the membrane framework. 9. Which cell type absorbs the most carbon dioxide during the day? Correct answer, B. Explanation and reasoning, B points to the palisade mesophyll cells. These cells are positioned directly under the upper epidermis, contain the largest number of chloroplasts, and are the primary site for photosynthesis in a leaf. Because they carry out the highest rate of photosynthesis, they consume and absorb the most carbon dioxide during daylight hours. 10. Which structure is an organ and which one is a tissue? Correct answer, A. Organ P. Tissue, R. Explanation and reasoning, *P brackets the entire cross-section of the leaf. A leaf is an organ because it is made up of several different tissues working together to perform a specific function, photosynthesis. R brackets the spongy mesophyll layer, which is a collection of similar cells working together, classifying it strictly as a tissue. For context, Q points to guard cells, and S points to the cuticle, a non-cellular layer. 11. Which regions will turn blue-black? Correct answer, C, 2 and 4. Explanation and reasoning, the iodine test turns blue-black only where starch is present, which requires photosynthesis to have occurred. Photosynthesis requires both light and chlorophyll. Region 1, white lacks chlorophyll, so no photosynthesis happens. Stays brown. Region 2, green has chlorophyll and receives light. Photosynthesis happens. Turns blue-black. Region 3, covered green. Has chlorophyll but light is blocked by black paper. No photosynthesis. Stays brown. Region 4, hole in paper green area that receives light through the cutout hole. Photosynthesis happens. Turns blue-black. 12. What are the effects of lack of magnesium ions and nitrate ions to plant growth? Correct answer, A. Lack of magnesium ions, leaves go yellow between the veins. Lack of nitrate ions, unable to form enzymes. Explanation and reasoning, a deficiency in magnesium causes intervenal chlorosis, yellowing between the veins, because the plant cannot produce chlorophyll. Nitrates are required to form amino acids, which make up proteins. Since all enzymes are proteins, a lack of nitrate ions directly disrupts the plant's ability to synthesize enzymes, severely stunting growth. 13. What does this show? A leaf cannot make starch. Correct answer, B, without carbon dioxide. Explanation and reasoning, potassium hydroxide, \text, KOH, solution acts as a chemical absorber that completely removes carbon dioxide, \text, CO_2, from the air inside flask P. Flask Q contains water, leaving \text, CO_2 available. Since leaf P, no \text, CO_2, could not produce starch while leaf Q could, the experiment isolates and proves that carbon dioxide is an absolute requirement for starch production. 14. Which of the following correctly identifies the deficiency diseases of the plant nutrients nitrogen, magnesium and calcium? Correct answer, C. Calcium deficiency, death of roots. Magnesium deficiency, chlorosis. Nitrogen deficiency, chlorosis. Explanation and reasoning, *A lack of calcium prevents proper cell division at growing tips, causing the death of root tips and meristems. Both magnesium, the central atom of chlorophyll, and nitrogen, a structural component of chlorophyll and proteins, cause chlorosis, yellowing of leaves due to a lack of chlorophyll when deficient. 15. What is the name of gas X? Correct answer, D, oxygen. Explanation and reasoning, the aquatic plant, Elodia, pondweed, is exposed to light and actively undergoes photosynthesis. The gas released as a byproduct of this process is oxygen. It forms bubbles, rises, and displaces the water at the top of the inverted test tube. 16. In plants, magnesium is an essential element for formation of. Correct answer, A, chlorophyll. Explanation and reasoning, as established, magnesium forms the core coordination center of the complex chlorophyll ring structure. Without it, the molecule cannot be assembled. 17. Which part transports food nutrients? Correct answer, A. Explanation and reasoning, in a vascular bundle, vein, of a leaf. A points to the phloem, which is located on the lower side of the bundle and is responsible for translocating manufactured food nutrients, sucrose amino acids, away from the leaf. B points to the xylem, which occupies the upper side of the bundle and transports water and mineral salts into the leaf. 18. What substances contain magnesium and nitrogen in plants? Correct answer, C. Magnesium, chlorophyll. Nitrogen, protein. Explanation and reasoning: magnesium is a key component structurally integrated into chlorophyll. Nitrogen is a foundational element in amino acids, which link together via peptide bonds to form proteins. Starch contains only carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, CHO. 19. In which part is the carbon dioxide concentration lowest on a sunny day? Correct answer, B. Explanation and reasoning: on a bright, sunny day, light intensity is high, which drives the rate of photosynthesis to its maximum. B points to the palisade mesophyll cells. These cells contain the highest density of chloroplasts and are the primary site of photosynthesis in the leaf. Because they are aggressively consuming carbon dioxide, \text CO_2, to manufacture glucose during peak daylight hours, they deplete the gas internally faster than any other layer. This rapid consumption creates a concentration gradient, making the \text CO_2 concentration lowest inside these active cells and causing external carbon dioxide to diffuse into the leaf. 20. Which of the following signs indicate that a plant is lacking magnesium? Correct answer, D. Yellow leaves and yellow stems. Explanation and reasoning: magnesium forms the essential central atom in the structure of a chlorophyll molecule. When a plant lacks magnesium, it experiences a condition known as chlorosis, the inability to synthesize chlorophyll. As existing chlorophyll breaks down and cannot be replaced, the green pigment fades. This causes the leaves, typically starting with older leaves between the veins, and connected green tissues like young stems to turn distinctly yellow. Without chlorophyll, the plant's capacity to photosynthesize drops drastically.